Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Tour. I'm Alex.
And I'm Maya. And today we're talking about something every English learner secretly wants.
Yes, not just speaking English, but sounding natural.
Not robotic, not textbook, not translated, but natural.
Like a native speaker.
Now, before we start, let's say something important. Sounding natural does not mean becoming someone else.
It means expressing yourself smoothly, clearly, and confidently in English.
And today we're going to break down exactly how to do that.
Let's begin with a myth. Many learners think sounding natural means perfect accent, perfect grammar, advanced vocabulary, speaking very fast.
That's not true. Natural speech is about rhythm, flow, and connection, not perfection.
In fact, many native speakers use simple grammar. They repeat words. They pause. They correct themselves.
So if you want to sound natural, you must stop trying to sound perfect. You must start sounding human. Let's compare. Textbook English. I would like to inquire about the availability of this position. Natural English. I'm interested in this position and wanted to ask if it's still available.
Textbook English sounds formal and stiff. Natural English sounds relaxed and real.
Why does this happen? Because textbooks teach complete sentences. Real life uses spoken patterns.
First practical tip. Use contractions. Instead of, I am going to call you, use, I'm going to call you.
Instead of, I do not know, say, I don't know.
Contractions make your speech softer and more natural. Native speakers use them constantly. If you avoid them, you sound formal or robotic.
Now we move to something very important. Rhythm. English is stress-timed. That means some words are strong and some are weak.
For example, I went to the store yesterday. You don't stress every word. You stress, went, store, yesterday.
When learners stress every word equally, it sounds unnatural. Instead of saying, I went to the store yesterday, say, I went to the store yesterday.
Natural rhythm creates natural sound.
Now we talk about reductions. Native speakers reduce sounds. For example, wanna becomes wanna, going to becomes gonna, got to becomes gotta.
But be careful. They are informal spoken forms, not proper standard written words. Use them in casual situations like conversations with friends or informal chats. Not in formal situations like job interviews, exams, or presentations. Casual, I wanna go. Formal, I want to go.
If you never use reductions, your English may sound too formal for daily conversation.
Here's something powerful. Natural speakers use fillers. Not, every second, but small thinking phrases. Like, well, actually, you know, I mean, so. These give you thinking time and sound conversational. Without fillers, speech can sound mechanical.
Advanced learners sometimes use big words to sound impressive, but natural speech prefers simple clarity.
Instead of, I am extremely fatigued, use, I'm really tired.
Simple words plus natural tone equals better impression.
Native speakers don't build sentences word by word. They use common phrases, chunks. For example, how are you? Thank you very much. See you later. I don't think so. To be honest. That makes sense.
Learn phrases, not just vocabulary. This increases natural flow instantly.
Natural English is expressive. It is not flat. Compare this, that is good, versus this, that is amazing, that is awesome, that is great. Emotion gives life to language.
Intonation is the music of your speech. The same sentence can have different meanings depending on intonation. For example, you are coming. Falling tone, this is a statement. You are coming. Rising tone, this shows a question or surprise. Questions often rise. Statements often fall.
If your intonation stays flat, you sound unnatural. Shadow real conversations to copy melody.
If you want to sound natural, listen more.
Podcasts, interviews, conversations. But don't just listen. Notice how they start sentences, how they react, how they agree or disagree.
Natural English is not just language. It's cultural. For example, native speakers often soften disagreement. Instead of, you are wrong, they say, I'm not sure I agree. I see it differently.
Direct translation from your language may sound too strong. Learn cultural tone.
Many learners try to speak fast to sound native, but natural speakers vary speed. They pause. They emphasize. They breathe.
Controlled pacing sounds confident.
This is uncomfortable, but powerful. Record your voice. Listen objectively. Ask, do I sound stiff? Do I stress every word? Do I pause naturally?
Here is a structured plan. Daily practice. 10 minutes of shadowing. 10 minutes of speaking. 10 minutes of listening. Weekly practice. Record 1 3-minute talk. Analyze your rhythm and tone.
Focus on one skill per week. Week 1, contractions. Week 2, stress. Week 3, linking. Week 4, intonation.
Important truth about accent versus natural sound. You don't need to lose your accent. Accent is identity.
Natural sound is about rhythm and flow, not copying someone's voice.
Confidence affects tone. If you are afraid, your voice becomes tight. Relaxation creates smoother sound.
Sounding natural is not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming comfortable.
The more you use English in real situations, the more natural you become.
Stop chasing native. Start chasing clarity and connection.
Because communication is about understanding, not imitation.
You already have your personality. Now just let it live in English.
And that's how you truly sound natural.
See you in the next episode of English Tour.